Well, it's been a long time, isn't it, guys? Well, yes, I am finally back on air after almost 2 weeks of not having the show. But anyways, hello everyone, and how are you all doing today? Before I begin with my show, I would like to inform you that my co-host or my former host of the show, Dream Car Karaoke, is no longer associated or is no longer part of my show due to due to his misconduct. So yeah, unfortunate, but it is what it is for what Dream Car has did to me. So yeah. Anyway, we welcome you to, I welcome you to another episode of our cafe where we talk about we will be talking about technology today. And of course, I need to recap what I have missed throughout the last week. And of course, I need to talk about the Xbox, about the new lead of Xbox. So yeah. Okay, so. Let's talk about the Xbox, the new Xbox lead or the new Xbox head that is. I need to look up for the name. Give me a moment here. All right, so the new Xbox head is Asha Sharma. Yes, Asha Sharma, who previously worked on Microsoft's Core AI division. So. We're going to be showing you what the new Xbox head does, which is in fact replacing Phil Spencer. All right, and before I even begin, I know some of you all in the comments are saying, "Bro, have a script." I mean, to be fair, I do my show live on air, and that's why I don't have that's why I don't have my script with me. So if I do slip up on words, then well, I can say is that I apologize. So I do my best on what I will cover here, but no worries, I will be diving much as I can. Okay, without wasting any more time, let's talk about who is the new CEO or the head of Xbox. That is Asha Sharma. So this is coming from Variety. So this was, I believe, 2 weeks ago at the time of this post. So yeah. Microsoft Gaming announced longtime leader Phil Spencer will be retiring as CEO, and I will also be getting into that as well. And why is he exiting? Well, it is part of the shake-up. It is part of the shake-up to its Xbox division, which led to Phil Spencer's retirement. And also, and not only Phil Spencer, we will also we will also witness Sarah Bond leaving the company as well, and Matt Booty being promoted to Chief Content Officer. There you go. Now, for the main topic for today, we are going to be talking about the Asha Sharma. So, who the hell is Asha Sharma, and who is she exactly? She previously worked on Instacart, from what I'm seeing here, and also Meta. But not all of the people are pleased with what gamers are looking at her. So, and I mean, if you don't, I mean, she used to work again. I repeat, she used to work in Instacart and Meta prior to working at Microsoft's Core AI, which obviously is an artificial intelligence division. So, and what is her vision? Well, it is all about games with deep emotional resonance and a distant point of view. She wants to develop stories that makes players feel something, like the kind of feelings Campo Santos' 2016 first-person mystery Firewatch elicited in her. Sharma takes on the mantle as head of the leading competitor to Sony's PlayStation and Nintendo, knowing full well she's entering the role as an outsider to the larger gaming community and has a lot of lost has a lot of yep. I keep slipping up, but anyway, yep. As you're seeing here, she has a lot to learn. But Sharma says she's got a commitment to being grounded in what the community is telling us. So Sharma said, I am coming into gaming as a platform builder, and her goal is to earn the right to be trusted by players and developers and show the fan base that consistency over time. Now, I to be fair, I'm very skeptical on what is she going to do with Xbox, knowing that she has not been committed to gaming. Based on her work experience, she worked in Instacart and Meta, and also leading the A division. While she has no history in working with gaming industry, so this is kind of the problem that the gamers are wondering. Let's be real here. So. Continuing here, in Variety's interview, Sharma acknowledged the tumultuous state of the gaming industry, referencing Matthew Ball's recent State of Video Gaming in 2026 report as evidence that the larger transformation of the sector is protecting what we believe in while remaining open-minded about the future. Of course, as I have said it before, she was leading the AI department before, and well, what do we know? There are concerns, right? So Sharma says her stance is simple. She has no tolerance for bad AI. Well, about that we will have a doubt for now, but we will see if she can stay true to that. So Sharma said, AI has long been part of gaming and will continue to be. Noting that gaming needs new growth engines, but that great stories are created by humans. So yeah, there you go. And that is Asha Sharma, who is appointed as a new Xbox CEO, replacing Phil Spencer. Now, honestly, I really don't know much about her, and I really have high doubts if she can lead the Xbox. Like, knowing that her past work experience is on AI and non-AI, such as Instacart and Meta. So I really don't know about this one. So what are your thoughts on Asha Sharma being the new Xbox or Microsoft Gaming CEO rather? Well, I want to know your thoughts on that. Okay, now we are going into the very interesting part. Okay, we are going into a very interesting part. And speaking of Microsoft, their official Discord server for Copilot, yup, I'm not kidding, they are blacklisting or blocking Microsoft. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. According to Windows latest, Microsoft is tired of Microsoft and is now blocking Microsoft comments in Copilot's official Discord server. So, are they really scared? Pretty much. So you can see if you attempt to type Microsoft, you get this. This content is blocked by the server. From server moderators, your message contain praise that is inappropriate. And well, what do we know? The server is now locked. Boy, oh boy. Are they going crazy with this one? Oh boy. Anyway, and of course, aside from that, there are also hiding the chat history, which led to this, or not letting you view the message history in general. Oh boy, are they really scared, aren't they? So, the chat history is now also hidden. Ironically, the Discord server was not really active, and it was pointless to block this or, yep, Microsoft in the first place, and the strategy really backfired. And of course, they have other ways to post Microsoft. They have other ways to post Microsoft shit in the chat by just posting an image. There you go. Yep, there just more users started posting Microsoft in different ways. Aren't they really scared? Aren't they? Huh? Aren't they really scared? Huh? Coplet. Coplet. Oh, yep. Okay, of course, if you look at the comment section, it's obviously what you can expect. And of course, Cam is right. This is what's recently posted. This comment is actually recent. Deserved. I know the term Microsoft sounds like a joke, but it is a very real and valid criticism of Microsoft software these days. Instead of taking constructive criticism and improving, they had to lock down their own server. Sciencing critics doesn't work. Don't try it. Right? I have to agree with Cam because, you know, it really hits. If you ever face a criticism for bad experience, you have to accept what you have to accept what their or just say you have to accept what users share, and if they don't like it, then you're gonna have to take that as a constructive criticism and improve the user experience. And Microsoft doesn't want to do that. Like you know, the Microsoft Copilot server, the moderators are censoring the term Microsoft. It really backfired. It really did. So, what have we learned from this? Don't be one of them. Just don't be one of them. Jesus Christ. Just don't be one of them. I'm serious. Just do not be one of them. Do not follow that kind of example. It's not good for consumers. It really is not. It's not. It really isn't. In conclusion, Microsoft should be ashamed. And the moderators of Copilot's official Discord server should also be ashamed. Okay? They knew this was coming, and when they heard the term Microsoft, they were immediately afraid. Okay? They have to accept the consequences, and Microsoft should understand why they don't want the forced AI on their system. You get that? All right, here you go. So that's one take I can share right now. They should be ashamed for censoring the term. If you do that, it could backfire. Remember that. Anyway, and it looks like Shumin is here in my show tonight, and apparently it's one of my existing co-hosts today. So yeah, Shumin, welcome to ASPHERE'S Cafe. You're welcome, Jermaine. I don't know if he's able to speak on the show tonight, but most likely he's just gonna be sharing the steak. I couldn't speak because I'm suppressed. Oh wait, you don't have. Oh wait, hold on. You don't have a cold jock. My bad. Okay, okay, sorry about that. Okay. Hello, Chumaine. Hello,
Hello?
Chumaine.
Hello?
Yo,
Oh,
yo.
wow.
Yep.
Wow. Oh my
I know
goodness.
you're one of the co-hosts of Asper's Cafe, so I will later be contacting the admins to give TJ rule back to you.
Okay, that's noted.
Hold on, hold on. I'll actually ask them right now. But yeah, how are you, Chumaine, by the way?
Well, it's been a while since I last came into the show, and so far, wow. I had a lot of history that's going on right now. And Microsoft, you suck.
Yes, yes, I agree. Microsoft being Microslop, huh? Microsoft being Microslop.
More like Microsnot.
Exactly, exactly. Um, give to me a DJ role again. Um, he is returning to my show tonight.
Well, while we all typed out here, good evening, guys and girls, and all the other ones who are tuning into Asphere's Cafe 6:47 in the evening. And as always, I'm your former co-host, Tremaine, who once actually is a part of the show Asphere's Cafe, but is currently under hiatus. And oh my goodness, thank you so much, Asphere, for giving me back this opportunity to actually visit for this night.
It's really a pleasure to hear your voice again on my show. I
Oh
like
man, look.
it's really been a long time, right?
Yeah, but look at this. One against the world, huh? I guess this is now what you so-called Asphere Cafe versus the world, because it looks like you're the only one who's gonna be hosting the show until next week, since a certain co-host will be returning. Wink, wink.
Yup.
We
I have already announced earlier on the beginning of my show that a certain host is no longer part of my show. Yup.
well, you know.
Is,
Sorry about that. You go ahead. You go ahead.
a certain host is no longer part of my show. I repeat, a certain host is no longer part of my show tonight.
Mm-hmm. That
Tonight.
is, yeah, that is a pretty big confirmation. But as there's always a saying, my fellow brother, out with the old, in with an older one, or should I say, in with the new? Because apparently, from what I heard, somebody's coming back to Asphere's Cafe. And it's
Yup.
not me though. It's not me though. So, don't expect that I will be coming back to Asphere's anytime within.
Until most likely until you're done with most likely until you're done with
School stuff.
college.
Yeah.
It's pretty understandable. Yeah, I think that's
Hmm. Oh
understandable.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's
I'll be on the
good
visit.
to see you once again after a long time.
Yeah. I kind of miss this place though. Smells like coffee. Still hot that espresso. All right, go ahead. Entertain
Alright.
me with the.
Okay, so let's read one of your comments right here. Let's read one of the comments from Chumaine. You tell them, Cairo. And Tongo says, what's up? What's up? Tongo said, what's up? But yeah, that's the comments I'm seeing here. And he said, oh damn. Uh-huh. Oh right. Okay. But wait, we will be reacting to the comments over on our recent tech highlight that's titled Discord's global age verification backfires. Now, let me read the comments. We will be reading one of the comments here. Of course, bro, write a script. And honestly, to be honest, to be fair, I do. This is actually a highlight from Asper's Cafe, and if it was actually a video, then I would be doing a script. But this is actually a live podcast. Keep that in mind. Next. Also the same thing. Get a script. If this was a video, I would be writing a script, but this is actually taken from a live episode, so don't expect it to be perfect. Alright, and then Yitamim said, concerns about data leaks regarding this change are very valid. However, any concern about privacy is nothing short of funny. If you still think you have privacy with a phone that always listens in on you, has an unremovable battery, has at least one camera facing up, and has a and has a GPS that's accurate to the room you're in, you need to slap yourself awake. I really don't know what to say about this one, but if we go on to replies, a commenter said this: those are also all part of the fight for privacy. Just because they're in place now doesn't mean we outright not care about it. And using an exploit, I have full control. And basically, I think they have rooted the phone. All right. The age verification third-party companies are K1 and Persona. And speaking of Persona, Discord has already cut ties from Persona after the backlash, which unfortunately I'm late to cover, but you can watch DBeamer's video on the topic. He has a better explaining than me. But yeah, all I can say is that Discord cut their partnership off from Persona. All right. Oh boy, I can't wait to use my third-party app to bypass this BS. And Trumaine, here's the funny part. Here is the funny part. This quickly became a copy pasta comment right here. Just look at this, Trumaine. Just look at this, Trumaine. It quickly became a copy pasta.
Really? They're second guessing using the age verification. I really hope so. There's a lot of people who is actually quite AI sounding.
Look at that, they're actually copy pasting the comment. I was like, oh no, it became a copy pasta comment. Oh no.
Yeah. I don't get why copy pasta would actually come and bleed to this one, but hey, if it meant about AI stuff, then there you have it, guys. Welcome to the world of 21st century technology.
Yup. What a world we're really living in, huh? And also, I before I forget as well, I will be talking about the Galaxy S26 series, which will be covered later on the which will be covered later on the smartphone news. So yeah, this is also I will not be forgetting. And also nothing phone 4A too. Let me just see that here. Yeah, alright, so about that phone, it is set to be launched on March 5th, so that is 3 days from now. Yep, 3 days from now as we speak. I repeat, 3 days from now before the phone officially launches. And man, isn't it crazy, right?
Yeah, I mean, nothing. I've been updating towards the Nothing phone as of the time I actually checked around 2 or 3 weeks ago. And the last time I checked, Nothing phone had gone through the roof. But they're going back to their basics now? Maybe this is interesting. OnePlus, get ready.
Yup. OnePlus, take notes, because if I have remember correctly, there was supposed to be a downfall, or already a downfall to OnePlus, because they are not going to be releasing a new phone anymore. They're not releasing their new flagship phone globally outside China.
Yeah, about that, it's kind of apparent that if we already know their tech history, the CEO of Nothing is pretty much returned to its OnePlus, so it's gonna be an situation, because you don't know what's gonna happen next, especially now that OnePlus is now under downfall.
I also remember when Toll Racer told me that the OnePlus, who I forgot the name, but I remember when Toriso told me that a certain person who worked at OnePlus was arrested, if I remember correctly. So if I just look it up again, there it is. Petit Lou. Yup. Last month or last almost 2 months ago, they issued an arrest warrant to OnePlus CEO Petit Lou. So yeah.
Wait.
Uh,
Pete Lau? Oh my god.
PT Lau, thank you for correcting me. But yeah, PT Lau.
No, it's just
Um,
Pete. It's just Pete.
Yeah, yeah, he was served an arrest warrant in Taiwan, huh? In Taiwan. Yep, in Taiwan.
Out of all places, it's in Taiwan. Oh my god.
Right.
It's just ironic because out of anywhere you can get arrested on, it's got to be the other China. Whew. We're gonna have
Ew.
so much trouble on that one. So put on your safety goggles, ladies and gentlemen, because that is quite the report. Man.
Yep. I have already reported that actually last month, huh? I have already reported last month. So if I go to my very own YouTube channel of our show, and if we go to the live tab and go to March, I don't know if it's March 14 or January 14 or 15, but I remember when Torreso told me that he got arrested. So let me just find the timestamp. Oh wait, no, this is an Anime Cafe. No, this is Anime Cafe episode. This is actually an Anime Cafe episode. My bad. Oh wait, January 19, I think. I think January 19 is where I covered the OnePlus Petelo getting arrested. And yeah, my reaction was, yeah, not good. Wait, I think, where is it? I don't know. Is it in this episode?
Looks like it. Yeah, it kind of looks like it, that it's actually there.
No. I don't know. It's not there. Let me go to the January 20 episode. Oh, let's see. Do we have
Yeah,
January?
maybe.
I think so. I think it's this one. I think it's this one.
I have a feeling it's that one.
I think it's this one. Okay. Yup.
That's the one? That's the one.
Yup.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. It's right here. Yup. OnePlus 16, skipping the global markets. I have already talked about that. And when Tori's told me about this, yeah, it was not a good look.
Well, not only it wasn't a good look. It seems that there had been trouble, so it's Takara's end. Anyway, as we are speaking, yes, that was quite a bit of controversy when it comes to its OnePlus. Ooh, man, am I actually seeing a lot of things, man. Is this the realism of phones lately? Because
Wait. I have been dragged.
yeah, don't worry.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, what the heck just happened? But anyway,
I
going
know.
back.
Going back to what I was saying. This is the report that I have shared last January 20.
Yeah, somebody's messing with you.
Yeah, I think it's messing with me right now. I'm not. Don't be surprised. Don't be too surprised if I disappear again. Don't be too surprised if I disappear again. All right. Before I disappear, I don't know if I have an audio on. All right, I do have my audio on.
Yeah, you got
Okay.
your audio.
Okay. All right. So this is the report of a report of me talking about the Taiwan of Taiwan issuing an arrest warrant to Peter Lu, who is the CEO of OnePlus. Alright, have a listen. Then poaching. Yikes! Yikes! You're right. Oh my gosh, you are right. Oh my god, I wonder why. So, well, I guess that has something to do with illegal recruiting, if I'm not mistaken. And this has been around since 2014. Jesus. And now Taiwanese is catching up. Dang.
Are we
Dang.
supposed to be hearing
Yeah, they're going
any
to jail.
audio? Because I don't think.
And
there
I guess
an
this is
audio right
the
now.
shocking outcome. Oh wait, do you hear anything? Because I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
my audio is enabled.
Yeah, there's no sound. Unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Can you play it again? Can you play it again? Just play it. Just play it.
I'm pretty
but-
sure. Oh wait, it's very low on the TOC.
There it is. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
It's a very low on the TOC, but are you seeing my screen share, Jermaine?
Yeah. 4K.
No, you're not. Actually, you're not. Actually, you're not looking at my screen share. You're not looking at my correct screen share, which is why you're not hearing any audio.
No, I'm actually in the screen share right now. Wait a minute. Maybe I'm actually looking at the
You're
other.
looking at the TOC.
Oh, there it is. There it is. All right. Yeah. My bad. Okay, go.
Okay. All right. Let me repeat the portion on the part where I shared my thoughts on Peter Liu being served an arrest of being served an arrest warrant. Yeah. All right. Just have a listen. Poaching. Yikes! Yikes! You're right. Oh my gosh, you are right. Oh my god, I wonder why. So, well, I guess that has something to do with illegal recruiting, if I'm not mistaken. And this has been around since 2014. Jesus. And now Taiwanese is catching up. Dang. Dang. Yeah, they're going to jail. And I guess this is the shocking outcome. Maybe. Yikes. Not good. Not good for OnePlus. Well, we will continue to examine what's with the downfall of OnePlus. So I'll keep my eyes peeled on that as well. My gosh. There you have it. That's my take that I talked about last January. Now, Trumaine, do you have any thoughts to share?
Damn. That's all I could say. Damn. Well, we're not really surprised about that because honestly, not so long ago, we actually just seen one of the craziest things that happened in Philippine history. But of course, this is not for that one, and we could talk about that in a later chapter. But anyway, yeah, Pete Lau, my God, you guy, you done yourself a pat on the head and cuffs on your arms because you just happened to have trouble. Oh my God.
Oh,
what
boy.
the hell? Low boy,
Low
you're gonna
boy.
take it. Oh my God.
I won't be too surprised if he stays in jail for long. I won't be too
Yep.
surprised.
We can only say, Jesus H. Christ, Son of God, what the heck is happening?
Yep.
Woof.
Oof, indeed. Anyway, it is now 7:05 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, and we will have a lot of topics to talk about right on our show right here on ASPHERE'S Cafe. In the meantime, we will be right back after the break. Stay along with us. We will be right back.
Don't go away. Are we expecting a commercial?
Pagkagising sa umagang umangon at kumain ng sapat, gatas ang kailangan para lumusog ang katawan, pero may solusyon dyan. Ito ang MSI Gatas. Uminom ng MSI Gatas.
Ada Morella po, mag-MSA Gatas para iinumin ang gatas. Sarap. Mag-MSA Gatas na. 69 na piso SRP sa suking tindahan.
The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of a health professional.
Wala kaming commercial. Pwera na lang sa commercial nito, oo naman. Pero, meron ba kaming bagong produkto? Meron ba kaming iaalok sa inyo? Meron ba kaming kinuhang artista o sikat na personalidad para i-endorse kung anong mang inaalok namin? Siyempre, ang sagot niyan, wala. Literal na wala. Wala kami niyan, Chong.
Kahit saan, sisig ng ina mo, lunod ka sa saya, mula sa pampagana hanggang sa dulo.
Ang sisig na hinahanap-hanap mo ay nasa sisig ng ina mo na. For just 70 pesos, may legit na kapampangan na sisig ka na with soft drinks and sabaw. Dito lang yan sa sisig ng ina mo.
Shopee, dua-dua, Memsel, ada Memsel di Shopee, dua-dua, Shopee, dua-dua, Memsel, ada Memsel di Shopee, dua-dua, di Shopee, dua-dua, ada Memsel di Shopee, dua-dua, ada Memsel di Shopee, dua-dua, ada Memsel di Shopee, dua-dua, Memsel.
Mira drinking water. Fresh, cool, calm.
Inspire any Filipino's choice. Introducing O-Spend Mineral Water, made from 100% pure mountain water. Distilled, fresh, approved by Filipinos.
I choose O-Spend Mineral Water.
Antukin pa rin ako tuwing umaga. Napakahirap talagang gumising at yun, late ako parati sa programa. Kapag maganda ang gising ko, sisigla pa rin ako sa tulong ng Tengu Coffee Drink. Ito ay may tamang tapang ng kape na may asukal at creamer. 3-in-1 sa tapang at sarap. Ang tapang, ang sarap. Try nyo. Basta may Tengu, gigising ka. PDM.
Di biro ang maging newscaster at president and CEO. Dati, sa office inaantok pa ako at napapagod. Buti sa tulong ng Lion Energy Drink, lumakas pa ako. Bukod sa taurine, vitamin B complex at ginseng, ay meron ring vitamin C para lumakas ang immune system. Kaya ako'y matibay at masigla ang aking trabaho. Lakas ka with Lion Energy Drink. From Godwin Enterprise.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Lion Energy Drink ay hindi dapat at hindi maaaring gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Mabango ang hair. Hindi lang ang hair, smooth pa rin. Thanks to O-Spend Shampoo with 100% natural coconut cream. May long-lasting bango, kaya di lang mabango, bango smooth pa.
Ang pagiging news anchor at journalist, hindi biro ang naging trabaho ko. Mula sa aking pagbasa ng script hanggang matapos ang aking newscast. Hay nako, nakakapagod talaga. Ang saklap pa. Buti na lang, I discover Meralias Cola.
Ang inumin na ito ay may iron, taurine at B vitamins. Dinagdagan pa ng fiber.
Pagkainom ko pa lang, ang sarap. Refreshing talaga at sulit pa. Wow, ayos to sa akin. Kapag masigla ang ating araw, mag-Meralias Cola na tayong lahat.
Sulit na, refreshing pa. 15 pesos pa rin. DM Products Corporation.
Pagkagising sa umagang umangon at kumain ng sapat, gatas ang kailangan para lumusog ang katawan, pero may solusyon dyan. Ito ang MSI Gatas. Uminom ng MSI Gatas.
Ada Morella po, mag-MSA Gatas para iinumin ang gatas. Sarap. Mag-MSA gatas na. 69 na piso SRP sa suking tindahan.
The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of a health professional.
Hay naku, nakaka-stress talaga ang traffic. Pagdating ko sa bahay, napahiga na lang ako sa sopa. Yun tuloy, sumakit na ang ulo ko. Reset.
Headache? May solusyon dyan. Introducing PD Pharma Paracetamol Anti-Fever Capsule. Bukod sa lagnat, panlaban rin yan sa sakit ng ulo. May bisa ng paracetamol para balik sigla ka na mula umaga hanggang gabi.
Ayos na ng pakiramdam ko ah. Salamat sa PD Pharma Paracetamol.
Basta paracetamol, hanapin ang nakatatak. PD Pharma.
Pagdating sa kalusugan ng pamilya, kailangan safe. Ang toyong dapat yung suriin, dapat pasado sa Food Safety Standards Evaluation kasama ang level ng 3-MCPD. Ang DM Soy Sauce, pasado yan. Safe gamitin, safe sa inyong pamilya. DM Soy Sauce, ito ay safe.
I'm an all-around media personality. Of course, I read books. Because not only they gave me knowledge, but they're also a form of entertainment. What you're seeing right now are few of the best-selling brands of GSCA Kent Media. At iilan pa yan, marami pa yan ha. Basta, hanapin nyo lang ang logo na to. The Philippines' leading premier #1 awesome publisher GSCA Kent Media. Because reading is indispensable.
Ang boring dito. Hanap na lang kaya ako ng maiinom.
Ang refreshing.
Refresh your day. Feel alive with Chaos Cola. Also available, Chaos Soda.
Woo! 25 pesos lang. Sulit. Bin na.
Canyon Choco Biscuit. With extra chocolate and extra creamer in one biscuit, will give a delicious chocolate taste. You'll want to try it again.
Canyon Choco Biscuit. Feel the Choco vibes. Achoo! 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 I love to drink my Mysakin. We love to drink my Mysakin. If you wanna get that good, drink Mysakin.
Iron, taurine, and B vitamins is the key for PD Cola.
PD Cola!
25 pesos lang, saan ka ba?
Uminom ka ng tinted cola sa isang malakas na lasa para masigla ang araw mo. Try na? Sarap di ba? Available din sa mga bayan na walang sugar at 500 ml at 1 litro ng bote. Tinted cola, refresh your life.
Pagkagising sa umagang umangon at kumain ng sapat, gatas ang kailangan para lumusog ang katawan, pero may solusyon dyan. Ito ang MSI Gatas. Uminom ng MSI Gatas.
Ada Morella po, mag-MSA gatas para iinumin ang gatas. Sarap. Mag-MSA gatas na. 69 na piso SRP sa suking tindahan.
The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of a health professional.
We now return to ASPHERE'S Cafe with your host, Kyra. aka ASPHERE'S.
And we are back into the program. It's now 7:16 p.m. Philippine Standard Time. And yes, MSA Gatas or MSA Milk is our newest fan-made sponsor on our show. Yep, that is our newest fan-made sponsor to our program.
Thought it was Alaskan. Thought it was Alaskan, but okay. I'll take it.
Yeah. And for the context about MSA Gatas, by the way, for the context about MSA Gatas, by the way, it is a meme. It became a meme in Yo Discord server, which is why it was already being posted some numerous times in the server, and it was also a radio ad that was originated in DZEX. Yeah, it was originated from DZEX. So yeah, that's one way of kicking off the MSC Gatas of DZEX. Started all the way from DZEX and then spreading it to Cool FM, which we are here right now. And Jeremy, what can you say about that ad that you just saw?
Questioning. That's the biggest thing I could say. Questioning, funny, but at the same time, nice. That's all I can say.
All right, Truman, if you can take over a moment because my sister just got home and I have to serve the dinner now. Luckily, I have already cooked dinner, so yeah. But yeah, Truman, if you can take over for a bit, I will be back shortly.
All right then. All right, 7:18 in the evening, and as always, if y'all don't remember who I am, I used to be the one who's hosting the Wednesday and the Thursday segments of this show, and for today and today only, I returned for a feast. And of course, 7:18 in the evening. That means there's a lot that's happening right now in the tech industry. What can we tackle as of this time? I mean, right about now, there's like a lot that's happening in the tech industry. I mean, let's have a look at this one, shall we? Because this one is pretty interesting. I don't know if this is interesting. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is. Well, let's find out ourselves, shall we? I mean, this is about Lenovo, baby. All right. To those who are Lenovo right there, give it a shout out towards everybody who's like using their Lenovo because we're about to tackle that very particular kind of news. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look, shall we? So, ThinkPad. Ladies and gentlemen, to those who are using your work tablets or your work laptops as a ThinkPad, look at this, guys. We got a redesigned ThinkPad that's a detachable tablet that now has a bigger screen and a legit keyboard. Oh no. I'm not gonna be honest though, this is gonna be crazy, but oh boy. Can we just actually put this in number 1? Lenovo is announcing 5 new ThinkPads and a new ThinkBook laptop for MWC 2026. There are various new chip offerings and updates for the swath of ThinkPads, but the device I find the most interesting is the X13 detachable. We haven't seen a major update to Lenovo's tablet-style ThinkPad in years, when it was the X12 detachable. So, but according to our basis is only going to be in USD, so to those who are planning to buy one of this in PHP, better ready your conversions, because here are the prices. ThinkPad T14S Gen 7 costs about $1,899. ThinkPad T14S 2-in-1 Gen 2 costs about $1,849. Then we got ThinkPad T16 Gen 5, which is $1,799 again. ThinkPad T14 Gen 7, which cost about $1,799. And then we got the ThinkPad 613 detachable for $1,999. Oh man. And finally, we got the ThinkBook 14 2-in-1 Gen 6, costing about $1,754. Compared to its predecessor, the X13 detachable offers Intel Panther Ooh, Intel again. Y'all are already impressing me as long as, since that music thing. So anyway, back to the topic. Intel Panther Lake chip options and has a bigger 13-inch touchscreen with 3 by 2 aspect ratio, 288 2880 by 1920 resolution. So it's no longer that one of them 1080p things. It's now gonna be 4K, if you can get 4K, and 120 Hz variable refresh rate. Its keyboard cover has more contoured full-size keycaps and a much deeper 1.5mm key travel, feeling like a keyboard ripped straight from a proper ThinkPad. I mean, ThinkPads are nice, but this is pretty interesting. And its stylus is now garaged within the keyboard, where it charges via pogo pins. That seems like a nice improvement over the last gen pen's reliance on the quadruple A battery, or as I like to call battery, and having it hang off the side of the keyboard in a little nylon loop. Oh my goodness, no thanks. Whew. As for the other ThinkPads, the new ThinkPad T14 and T16 have smaller bezels around their screens than last generation, and they can each be configured with the latest Intel and AMD chips. Think the Panther Lake for Intel and Gorgon Point for AMD. Additionally, the Intel versions use LPCAT M2 RAM instead of the traditional DDR5, which should be more power efficient while maintaining upgradability and easier repairability. And speaking of easy repairability, the T14 and the T16 even feature user replaceable batteries. Ooh, this is actually pretty interesting, you guys, because now the older technology of you actually being able to replace your battery every time is now going to be a thing, at least to Lenovo. So everybody else is just going to be using this replaceable circuit battery version, and that's going to be a big hassle if you don't have a lot of money. Anyway, the new ThinkPad T14S model is the lightest of the T series ThinkPads to date, weighing about 2.43 pounds or 1.1 kilogram, lighter than a MacBook Air. Hard to believe. It's also the most flexibly configurable, as it will be offered with Intel's Panther Lake, AMD Gorgon Point, and even Qualcomm's Snapdragon X2 Plus or X2 Elite processors. OnePlus, I'm looking at you. The T14S also comes in a slightly heavier 2-in-1, though that will only come with Intel Panther Lake chips. And the same goes for the new ThinkBook 14 2-in-1. All these new laptops ship with Windows 11. I hate you. But the ThinkPad T14, T14S, T16, and X13 detachable will also be sold with Linux in some regions, except the Qualcomm-based T14S, which runs Windows on ARM. All of them are due out on the second quarter of 2026, so there's always an exception for the X13 detachable, which is set to launch at around Q3. Now, my goodness, that only means one thing to those who are using their work laptops, mind you, work laptops, who are using ThinkPads. This might be a huge upgrade because now your workers don't have to fire you because you now have a new technology, and at the same time, it's now built with more integrity. Well, just a little less integrity and a lot more overtime. Well, that's it for Lenovo's redesigned ThinkPad. Any kind of suggestions, clarifications, and other comments would be in the description below. Ooh boy, 7:25 in the evening, and we still got a lot to tackle about in here, but I'm not here to tackle any kind of thing. But I'm not here to feel the craziest parts in history, But let's have a look at the other one because oh my god, no, another one from Lenovo. Where's Asus? Asus should be winning. Oh my goodness, what is going on with Lenovo right now? There's like a lot that's going on. Let's have a look at this one. Because this seems to be another update from them. So, have a new... no thank you. So...
It's paywall. It's paywall.
Yeah, I know. But, wow. The yoga thing is gonna be ridiculous, man. But anyway, let's get towards to another news instead because they aren't actually showing us anything about that. So instead, we're gonna be talking about one right here. There's a lot that's actually coming from it. Okay, here we go. We got one here, which is a bit of a tip thing. It's not really all that like a news, but instead it's a tip thing using Sophia Script. Now, forget the bloating apps. Sophia Script is now giving you real control over Windows 11. So, ladies and gentlemen, to those who are using Windows 11, listen up, because this is the Sophia Script's way of using one. So, on Windows 11, you can only manage different features and system settings, but settings are scattered across the OS, and many features cannot be configured. This is when the Sophia Script for Windows comes in handy. So, the Sophia Script is an open source PowerShell module designed to debloat and fine-tune Windows 11, Windows 10 to that matter. It is widely considered one of the most comprehensive tools for power users who want to automate the tedious process of setting up a new operating system installation or reclaiming privacy from Microsoft's default settings. Rather than a simple click and run program, like everything else, it is a collection of over 150 unique functions that interact with the operating system through officially supported methods to ensure system reliability. So the script helps you to improve different areas of Windows 11, including privacy, telemetry, bloatware control, interface customization, system optimization, and finally security. So if you want to download it, here you go. You can search for PowerShell or Terminal, then right-click the top result, and then choose Run as Administrator option. And once you type the following script right here, which is iwrscript.sophia.team with a -usb/IEX. Well, not really a slash, but more like a straight slash, IEX. Then you can get started right away. And alternatively, you can also download the script from this GitHub page. So if you're running Windows 11 and you want to download the Sophia script for Windows 11.vx.x.x.zip file, but it'll also depend on the version of the OS you are using. So yeah, that's a bit of that part. So if you wanted to update or even edit your Sophia script, you can choose to edit it over the functions you want to run on Windows 11. So let's say that you wanted to do a text editor, but an app like Visual Studio Code will be preferable since the app offers code highlighting to make it easier to read and minimize mistakes. I'm looking at you, Yandere Simulator. Anyway, what you gotta do is just simple. You gotta open up the Visual Studio Code, you gotta click on the file menu and open the file option, and then finally go to the Sophia PS1 file and click the open button, and then go for the hashtag sign of which you wanted to find on the functions that you want to run under the preset configuration starts here section. And to quick note, while the function call has comments, the command is usually on the third line, which you have to comment out. So once you put in the hashtag sign to prevent the script from running a specific function, save the file. So you must understand that the script's function before running it is to avoid unexpected results. The script includes over 150 functions, but you don't have to turn them all on and run them. You only have to pick the ones you want. So one last reminder towards be careful into editing the script because it includes many functions with different parameters, and the last command will always take precedence. And don't always forget, especially if it's not coding, especially to everything else, if you want to have a history, save the file before exiting. Okay? So there's a lot more details to how you could actually utilize this one. So we're not going to be tackling all of them right here. And that's all from me. Back to you, Kairo. You there? Hello? Well, I guess he's not around yet, so I guess
I
we're
just
good.
came back. I just came back.
All
I just
right.
finished. I just finished serving serving the dinner for my sister.
Oh
She
man,
needed
you're.
to.
It's
But
okay.
yeah.
That's. I just
Okay,
finished
Jermaine.
recording.
Okay, Truman, have you heard that? I know this is not related to Tech Cafe, but this is more on pop culture cafe that I wasn't expecting. And yes, shout out to Mido for tipping that to me. And well, what do we know? Paramount Skydance is now set to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery after Netflix walks or backs out from the bid. Oh boy. Yup. I'm not kidding, Jermaine. Paramount Skydance is now set to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery. So here's the screenshot I'll be sharing with you today. And this is coming from Variety, and this is going to be part of the pop culture cafe. And yeah, this is coming from Variety. Paramount Skydance is supposed to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery in its entirety. Yeah, entirety, meaning all of the divisions, global networks, and global studios will be acquired by Paramount Skydance, in which Netflix dropped out of the hunt despite having reached an agreement in December to acquire most of Warner Brothers Discovery. Netflix on Thursday afternoon or last Thursday formally declined to increase its offer for Warner Brothers Discovery after Warner Brothers Discovery declared Paramount Skydance's latest bid a superior superior proposal. Yes, to the agreement it already had in hand with Netflix. How is this a superior proposal? Well, let's take a look. So Netflix has 4 business days to match. And why did they call Paramount's deal a superior? Well, Warner Brothers said, following the conclusion of this period, if the board determines in good faith, after consultation with its independent financial and legal advisors, that after considering any revisions to the terms of the Netflix merger agreement proposed by Netflix, the Paramount Skydance proposal continues to constitute a company's superior proposal. And, well, they would be entitled to terminate the Netflix merger agreement. As it stands, Warner Brothers Discovery's Netflix agreement remains in effect, and the Warner Brothers Discovery board says it is continuing to recommend in favor of that deal, which is up for a vote on March 20. Well, David Ellison, who is the chief of the said company or Paramount Skydance, has said in a statement, "We are pleased Warner Brothers Discovery's board has unanimously affirmed the superior value of our offer, which delivers to Warner Brothers Discovery's shareholders superior value, certainty, and speed to closing." And yeah, in its statement, Warner Brothers listed the elements of the revised Paramount Skydance bid that turned the tables. So what they did, they increased the purchase price to $31 a share in cash, accelerate the timing of the daily ticking fee of 0.25 cents per quarter to begin after September 30, 2026, until the consumption of the Paramount transaction rather than starting in January. Increase the regulatory breakup fee to $7 billion in the event the transaction does not close due to regulatory matters. Reaffirm it will pay the $2.8 billion termination fee which Warner Brothers Discovery will be required to pay to Netflix to terminate its existing Netflix merger agreement. Reaffirm it will terminate Warner Brothers Discovery's potential $1.5 billion financing costs associated with this debt exchange offer. Agree to an obligation to contribute additional equity funding to the extent needed to support the solvency certificate required by Paramount Skydance lending banks, and agree to the company company material adverse effect definition. That means the price won't be dropped if Warner Brothers Discovery's linear networks decline faster than expected before the deal closes. So that's what the superior proposal looked like. And the swift decision by Netflix to walk away will certainly come as a shock to the industry because the streamer had 4 business days or until Wednesday, which would have been issued, but they already responded quickly. Adding to the surprise is the fact that Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos was in Washington D.C. earlier Thursday in an effort to lobby Trump administration officials on the deal, which Netflix had a merger agreement in place for amid Paramount's new $31 per share offer. So here is the joint statement from Ted Sarandos and Craig Peters, who are working for Netflix. The transaction we negotiated would have created shareholder value with a clear path to regulatory approval. However, we have always been disciplined, and at the price required to match Paramount Skydence's latest offer, the deal is no longer financially attractive, so we are declining to match the Paramount Skydance bid. Warner Brothers is a world-class organization, and we would like to thank David Salev, Gunnar Weidenfels, Bruce Campbell, Brad Singer, and the Warner Brothers Discovery Board for running a fair and rigorous process. We believe we would have been strong stewards of Warner Brothers' ironic brands, and that our deal will have strengthened the entertainment industry and preserved and created more production jobs in the US. But this transaction was a nice to have at the right price, not a must have at any price. The statement continued. Netflix business is healthy, strong, and growing organically, powered by our slate and best-in-class streaming service. This year, we will invest approximately $20 billion in quality films and series and will expand our entertaining offerings. Consistent with our capital allocation policy, we will also resume our share repurchase program. We will continue to do what we have done for more than 20 years as a public company, delight our members, profitably grow our business, and drive long-term shareholder value. So yeah, I have to give Netflix a right call for doing the right thing. So that is what I can give credit to what Netflix has done. But at the same time, it is unfortunate that Paramount Skydance has won. So yeah, I really have a bad feeling of what is gonna happen to Paramount Skydance and Warner Bros. Discovery. But at the same time, Netflix made the right decision to back out. So nice one, Netflix. But either way, what can you say about Paramount Skydance now acquiring the entirety of Warner Bros. Discovery? And how would it affect the company in the future? Jumaine?
Well, Paramount Skydance, good luck. You're gonna need it so badly.
And you know what's funny? The fact that they have their deal declined multiple times. If you remember that, they got the deal declined multiple times until very recently, mind you that.
Oh my God, why?
Right. And since Mido is in the call or is in the VC today, Mido, if you can unmute your mic for a bit, what can you say about the Paramount Skydance and Warner Brothers Discovery deal now being superior and Netflix backing out? It really sucks.
Hi. Am I heard?
Yes,
Loud and
yes,
clear.
you're loud and clear, man.
Thank you. Um, what I'm going to say is this is a very interesting development to see. Uh we've seen a lot of comments from people inside of these two companies, specifically Netflix and on Paramount. But on Netflix's side, they were like glad that it was that the deal did not push through on their end. They had a $2.8 billion termination fee, and there's a lot of internal joy inside Netflix. And for Paramount, there will be a lot of trouble because this is going to possibly um, bankrupt the entire company, and therefore will probably affect all of their entities, including those networks that they own, franchises they own, movies that they produce, it's going to affect so much. And given that this was likely encouraged by President Donald Trump, this is going to be a major, major problem for the industry itself because this is monopoly at its finest, and we've already know what it looks like from just the Warner Brothers Discovery merger. Now that it's that now that there are two major news outlets under this studio, who knows what is going to happen inside of CNN and CBS News. We don't know yet.
Mido is correct. Because once the acquisition deal pushes through, it will be a new monopoly for both Paramount and Warner Brothers. Like, imagine in a world where Paramount Skydance and Warner Brothers Discovery are in one place and they became a new entertainment monopoly, but at the same time, they are suffering from debts. How would they acknowledge that? And what Mito said was correct, that it could eventually lead to bankruptcy if not done correctly. Right, Mito? Because who knows what's gonna happen if the acquisition pushes through.
The reason is because I believe like okay, gonna speak Tagalog for a bit. Binigyan kasi ni David Ellison, ng tatay ni Ellison, na si Larry, si David, ng funds. This is personal funds of the Ellisons to buy the whole Warner Brothers Discovery. So when you save that when you spend personal funds on something that is probably going to flop on your end in terms of the fact na bumili ka ng isang malaking company with a lot of entities in there, you're gonna have to parang ganito lang yan, parang umutang ka.
Well,
you basically took out a huge loan that you will probably not have the ability to pay to your debtors over the next few, not just years, decades.
It can take decades to pay off.
Basically, they did an IOU. That's
yep.
That's why earlier my only comment was saying good luck. Because apparently history happened twice. There's actually a certain thing in history that happened like this before. Although they're not related to technology or pop culture, it does relate to another thing that uses technology, and that is railroad. So, for context, back in the 1960s, there is a company called New York Central, and then there's another one, I think it's the New Haven Railroad, decided to merge together to form Penn Central. But that was also the time of which airlines and cars are the thing of the 60s, mind you, on the same United States, lovely America. So then, by around 1968, Penn Central went bankrupt, kaboom, to the point that they have to sell their former Penn station, their beautiful station, to form Madison Square Garden. And looks like Paramount and Warner Brothers are coming into that same exact parallel. So good luck to you both.
And they're doomed. And at the same time, they're doomed to fail. Right, Jermaine?
Yep, and just like what Raura Pantora said in Hololive, doom.
But yeah, Jermaine, do you think Netflix made the right call to back out, right?
Bless their soul.
Yeah, God bless them. God bless them. So, and finally, Mido, before we take a break, if not done correctly, they could doom to fail and they could lead to bankruptcy, leaving a huge loss for Hollywood industry.
And not just that, because this is also very, very closely watched by industry insiders, just the whole industry. And this is going to have a huge effect on the American economy. That's just how bad this merger is poising to become. And it's probably, arguably, the worst merger that we've ever seen in recent memory.
That's right. Do you agree with
much.
that, Jimmy?
Yep, I pretty much agree, and I will once more reiterate: Paramount is doomed. Warner Bros. Doomed. Everybody here doomed. Bless Netflix's soul because they were able to back out before they got doomed. But the rest of y'all,
Thank gosh for Netflix.
but the rest of them, doom.
Yup. And heck, there are even some content creator talking about it, like Kawaii Animation, who covers animation news. They're really opposed to that deal, huh? They really are opposed to that deal. They do not want this deal to happen. But here we are now, guys. Here we are. Oh,
The thing
man.
about this kasi, at the very core of this is a hostile takeover compared to what Netflix wanted initially, to just buy the whole company. That's the problem. Paramount wanted to take over because of Trump. Like you're like watching an audience of one. Also, hi Marian, the beauty. What we want to see over the next few months or years even is what are the LSNs going to do now that they have too many entities that they have control over. This is, as I've said earlier, this is going to become a monopoly on their end, and a monopoly is always damaging to the economy. So good luck, I guess.
Good luck with that. This is why hostile takeovers are bad for the consumers. It's just bad. Hostile takeovers, ladies and gentlemen. Unlike Netflix, Paramount statement or the quote of the word is hostile takeover. While in their language, they called it unfair. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that, Paramount. If you are gonna call it unfair, just because Warner Bros. Discovery shareholders kept declining the deal until they're finally convinced, yeah, you know it's already hostile takeover when you are going to keep insisting in acquiring the company. Who agrees with that, right? Oh man.
Yeah, that is true. Wow. Crazy things that happen in the industry. But here we are. Apparently, we're gonna have like a little battle of the monopolies, because once this actually goes and, the whole thing comes up, Disney, prepare your legs.
That's correct. It is now. Oh wait. Let me check the. Oh. Is this Cuatro Alas? Oh, joke. Anyway, looks like Geometric is here in our show. Welcome to ASPHERE'S Cafe, and hello, by the way. But yeah, seeing the chat.
Balls in my.
Okay, we will be taking our last commercial break now. It is now 7:50 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, and we will be heading over to our smartphone weekly poll for the last 2 weeks, and then we'll be covering what's on this week's smartphone weekly poll. But in the meantime, we will be right back. But shout out to our new fan-made sponsor, MSA Gatas or MSA Milk. Yes, MSA Gatas is our newest fan-made sponsor of ASPHERE'S Cafe. With that, we will be right back after the break. Stay along with us.
Drink your milk.
Pagkagising sa umaga, umangon at kumain ng sapat. Gatas ang kailangan para lumusog ang katawan, pero may solusyon dyan. Ito ang MSI Gatas.
Ada Morela po, mag-MSA Gatas. para iinumin ang gatas. Sarap. Mag-MSA gatas na. 69 na piso SRP sa suking tindahan.
The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of a health professional.
Uminom ka ng tinted cola sa isang malakas na lasa para masigla ang araw mo. Try na? Sarap, di ba? Available din sa mga bayan na walang sugar at 500 ml at 1 litro ng bote. Tinted cola, refresh your life.
Ay naku, kakapagod mag-drive. Kailangan ko ng mainom.
Uhaw baka mo?
Who's that voice?
O ito, Miralles Cola Orange.
Teka, ito ba'y may iron, taurine, at B vitamins?
Correct! Try mo!
Oh wow! It's refreshing! Thanks, Billy!
Pwede mo rin yan araw-arawin 6 to. Para mas masigla ang araw, mag-Miralles Cola na!
15 pesos na lang! Bili na!
Miralles Cola!
Bilang isang journo at isang host ng sarili kong programa, hindi talaga biro ang trabaho. At kapag pagod, sisigla pa rin ako with Miralles Cola Grape. Miralles Cola Grape with iron, taurine, B vitamin. Nasigla ang araw ko. Nasigla ang araw with Miralles Cola.
PDM. Antukin pa rin ako tuwing umaga. Napakahirap talagang gumising at yun, late ako parati sa programa. Kapag maganda ang gising ko, sisigla pa rin ako sa tulong ng Tengu Coffee Drink. Ito ay may tamang tapang ng kape na may asukal at creamer. 3-in-1 sa tapang at sarap. Ang tapang, ang sarap. Try nyo. Basta may Tengu, gigising ka. PDM.
Wala kaming commercial. Pwera na lang sa commercial nito, oo naman. Pero, meron ba kaming bagong produkto? Meron ba kaming iaalok sa inyo? Meron ba kaming kinuhang artista o sikat na personalidad para i-endorse kung anong inaalok namin? Siyempre, ang sagot niyan, wala. Literal na wala. Wala kami niyan, Chong.
Kahit saan, sisig ng ina mo, lunod ka sa saya, mula sa Pampagana hanggang sa dulo.
Ang sisig na hinahanap-hanap mo ay nasa sisig ng ina mo na. For just 70 pesos, may legit na kapampangan na sisig ka na with soft drinks and sabaw. Dito lang yan sa sisig ng ina mo.
Venice Maple Syrup para paglalagay ng pancakes at waffles sa mas matamis. Sarap!
Presyo sa 300 pesos lang. Magbibili sa lahat ng supermarket, mga grocery stores, department stores at sa lahat ng mga inyong tindahan.
Mabango ang hair. Hindi lang ang hair, smooth pa rin. Thanks to ASPHERE'S shampoo with 100% natural coconut cream. May long-lasting bango, kaya di lang mabango, bango smooth pa.
Make your sauce tastier with O-Spend mayonnaise. Mix, dip, and eat. Sarap. Make your meals deliciously neat with O-Spend mayonnaise.
Pagkagising sa umaga, umangon at kumain ng sapat. Gatas ang kailangan para lumusog ang katawan, pero may solusyon dyan. Ito ang MSI Gatas. Uminom ng MSI Gatas.
Ada Morella po, mag-MSA gatas para iinumin ang gatas. Sarap. Mag-MSA gatas na. 69 na piso SRP sa suking tindahan.
The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of a health professional.
Every sunrise brings a new story, and every story begins with a single journey. At Zakish Airlines, we believe travel isn't just about reaching your destination. It's about the experience that carries you there. From comfort that feels like home, to service that feels like family, we make sure your moments in the sky are unforgettable. Because when you fly with us, the world is closer than you think. Zakish Airlines, your world within reach.
Shopee, dua dua, Tencel, ada Tencel di Shopee dua dua. Shopee, dua dua, Tencel, ada Tencel di Shopee dua dua. Di Shopee dua dua, ada Tencel di Shopee. Di Shopee dua dua, ada Tencel di Shopee. Di Shopee dua dua, ada Tencel di Shopee. Shopee dua dua, Tencel.
Kasi no? Pero don't worry mga lods, let's try itong Pinet Antivirus. G para sa secure na browsing. G para sa secure na computer. At G para sa secure na Pilipinas.
Download and install Peanut Antivirus now.
Bilang isang journo at isang host ng sarili kong programa, hindi talaga biro ang trabaho. At kapag pagod, sisigla pa rin ako with Mirali's Cola Grape. Mirali's Cola Grape with iron, taurine, B vitamin. Nasigla ang araw ko. Nasigla ang araw with Mirali's Cola.
PDM.
Mira drinking water. Fresh, cool, calm.
Innova Power G6. Fast, sleek, reliable, affordable. Now equipped with Ryzen 7000 series CPU, Radeon RX 7000 series, 1TB SSD storage, and 32GB RAM. Enough to fulfill your needs.
Innova. Wala kaming commercial. Pwera na lang sa commercial nito, oo. Oo naman. Pero, meron ba kaming bagong produkto? Meron ba kaming iaalok sa inyo? Meron ba kaming kinuhang artista o sikat na personalidad para i-endorse kung anong mang inaalok namin? Siyempre, ang sagot niyan, wala. Literal na wala. Wala kami niyan, chong.
Dito na tayo sa JA, kung saan lahat ay okay. Sa JA, lahat dito ay super mura. Lahat mga manga dito sa JA. Sa JA, napatunayan na ng bayan, wala namang iba. Quality shopping ang aming dala. Mapapajoy talaga kayo. Ang supermarket namin ay JA.
Di biro ang maging newscaster at president and CEO. Dati, sa office inaantok pa ako at napapagod. Buti sa tulong ng Lion Energy Drink, lumakas pa ako. Bukod sa taurine, vitamin B complex at ginseng, ay meron ring vitamin C para lumakas ang immune system. Kaya ako'y matibay at masigla ang aking trabaho. Lakas ka with Lion Energy Drink. From Godwin Enterprise.
Mahalagang paalala, ang Lion Energy Drink ay hindi dapat at hindi maaaring gamitin paggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit. Pagkagising sa umaga, umangon at kumain ng sapat. Gatas ang kailangan para lumusog ang katawan, pero may solusyon dyan. Ito ang MSI Gatas.
Ada Morella po, mag-MSA Gatas para iinumin ang gatas. Sarap. Mag-MSA Gatas na. 69 na piso SRP sa suking tindahan.
The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of a health professional.
And we are back to the program. It is now 8 p.m. Philippine Standard Time. And now let's get into our smartphone headlines right here on our cafe. And starting off with the smartphone weekly polls that we have missed over the last 2 weeks. So let's get my screen share up as we speak. Okay, and for the first smartphone weekly poll results, and for our first smartphone weekly poll that was covered 2 weeks ago, and here are the results. It looks like most of you are already running Android 16. So for the results, we got the following. So the first option, my phone came with Android 16 out of the box, sitting at 226 votes with the percentage of 7%. And the second option being yes, my phone got the Android 16 update, sitting at 1,700. Sitting at 1,784 votes with the percentage of 55.6%. The Android 16 update is available, but I chose not to install it with 158 votes with a percentage of 4.9%. And finally, no, my phone is running an older version of Android with 1,000 votes with a percentage of 31.1%. And the last option is I don't have an Android phone with 43 votes. So that is an interesting faction what I'm seeing here, and what they mean interesting faction is around 5% of people who have stuck with an older version of Android on purpose. As reasons, they say it's because some updates can remove features, lower performance, or introduce unwanted UI changes. Something that they notice in the comments is that many feel like the pace of innovation has slowed down and recent Android versions haven't changed much. That is another reason why some don't feel pressure to move to a newer OS version. While it wasn't an option in the poll, they also saw that some in the comments are running Android 16 thanks to a custom ROM. As Android matured and maker-specific UIs added more customization options, custom ROMs fell out of fashion, but they're extinct yet. Well, however, the growing number of devices with locked bootloaders poses a threat to the future of custom ROMs. And this is already a case for Samsung's One UI 8.5. So if we look up 1.1 UI 8.5 recovery, I have heard that they're locking down options. So let me see if this is actually true, because I have read it on X or Twitter somewhere that there it is. According to a search, it says One UI 8.5 has reportedly removed some key tools from the Android recovery menu, leaving only options to reboot, factory reset, or power off. This change may affect how users troubleshoot the devices, as the ability to wipe the cache partition is no longer available. So this is actually correct. So yeah, Samsung is actually locking down on recovery options because they do not want you to mess around with the device. So they somewhat predicted the future, and here we are with Samsung's One UI 8.5. But there you go. So that's the first smartphone weekly poll result, and yep, the result is surprising because most of the Android users are now rocking Android 16. And next weekly poll result as well, shockingly, it looks like the Google Pixel 10a is not getting any love. Wow, what is happening with Google? Yep, whatever happened to Google is insane, but why are they not getting any love? And why is it not getting any fan base on that? Well, we will be diving into that in a bit. So last week, they told the readers whether they have any interest in buying a Pixel 10a. The answer is a resounding no. The majority of voters think they are better mid-rangers on the market. The best thing that they can say based on these results is that around a third of voters think that the 10a isn't a bad phone. It's just overpriced, which is really bad. So, jokes aside, there was a similar attitude in the 9A poll year earlier, but people warmed up to the 9A over time, or rather as the price cuts came in. So maybe there is hope for the new model. But there is a one thing that may make you jump to the 10A is that if you use Garmin, Spot, or other satellite communication or other satellite communication device, well, you now have a satellite SOS feature. So that is going to be a good option. But here are your results for the last week's Smartphone Weekly poll. The first option being yes, I want one is, well, it's sitting at around, how do I zoom it in? Hold on. But yes. The first option being yes, I want one is sitting at 227 votes. No percentage. Maybe it depends on reviews with the number of 430 votes. No percentage as well. No, not at this price with 1,907 votes with a percentage of 27.1%. I prefer the Pixel 9a or older with 285 votes with a percentage of 4.2%. I want a Pixel 10, 10 Pro, 10 Pro XL instead with 220 votes, no percentage. There are better mid-rangers out there with 3,789 votes with a percentage of 53.9%. I don't want a mid-ranger with 230 votes with a percentage of 3%. And finally, none of the above with 253 votes with a percentage of 3.6%. So they saw plenty of jokes that called this phone the Pixel 9B. Well, indeed, the 10A lacks one of the defining features of the Pixel 10 series. The 10A still uses the old Samsung-made Tensor G4 chipset. Oh no! So they're reusing the same processor and they're following the same Samsung footstep on their Galaxy A1X phone, huh? Wow, shocking, isn't it? So, two defining features actually, since the 10A doesn't support Pixel Snap magnetic accessories. Well, future price cuts may shift the balance, but right now, finding a Pixel 10 at the same price as a Pixel 10a isn't that difficult. And it's clear which is the better phone. It even gets worse once you consider the wider mid-range market outside of Google's own stable. Some people value the Pixel software experience enough to stick with Google, but even for them, the 10a isn't their first pick. Yep, the results says it all. It's not looking good for Google's latest mid-range phone, the 10a. And all I can really say right now is number one, it's overpriced, and number two, outdated processor. Basically, they're following Samsung's footsteps on reusing the same software all over again with their budget smartphones, or the latest budget smartphones. Not surprising, isn't it? And now let's move on to this week's Smartphone Weekly poll. Will you buy a Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra, S26 Plus, or the regular S26? So Samsung's Galaxy S26 series may be named up to the year 2026, but the three models feel like they are from different times. The Ultra once again gets the best new features, the vanilla model gets few but important upgrades, while the Plus model, there isn't much to say about that one. And for the specs, the Galaxy S26 Ultra boasts a new privacy display feature. Compared to the S25 Ultra, it also has wider apertures of its on its 200 megapixel main f1.4 instead of f1.7 and 5 times 50 megapixel telephoto module being f2.9 instead of f3.4. Samsung also finally pushed past its self-imposed 45-watt charging limit, and the new Ultra does 60 watt over a wired and 25 wirelessly, up from 15 watts. However, its 5,000 mAh battery is small by today's standards. The S26 Ultra has a subtly different design from its predecessor. The raised camera island is the most notable change, but the corners are more rounded too. Also, Samsung ditched the titanium and went back to armor aluminum too for the frame. Downgrade, no. It's a downgrade. The front is Corning Gorilla Armor 2, which remains exclusive to the Ultra. The phone is 0.2mm slimmer and 4 gram lighter too, for what that's worth. And for the pricing, it starts at $1,300 or US dollars, for 1,450 euros, 1,280 pounds, and 140,000 Indian rupees. You can find a detailed pricing breakdown, which I'm not going to go there. But yeah, if you want to know your local pricing, you can head over to that article for more info. During the pre-order period, which ends on March 11, you will get a free storage upgrade to 512 gigabytes. There is also a 1 terabyte variant, which is the only version with 60 gigabytes of RAM. But is the Galaxy S26 Ultra the right choice for you? You have the option to decide. So here are your polls. Here are your poll options. Will you buy a Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra? Yes, I want one. Maybe it depends on reviews. No, not at this price. I'll get one of the other S26 models instead. I prefer an older S Ultra model. There are better flagships on the market. I don't want a flagship, and none of the above. And for the S26 Plus, it finds itself in no man's land. Apple no longer makes an iPhone Plus. Google never had a Pixel Plus. Other companies have similar lineups too, with small and big Pro models. The small ones will compete with the S26, while the big Pros are priced above and are more capable than the S26 Plus. They're talking about the likes of the iPhone 17 Pro Max, Pixel 10 Pro XL, Vivo X300 Pro, Honor Magic 8 Pro, and so on. So, what phones is the Galaxy S26 Plus competing against? Well, there's the OnePlus 15, they guess. But the reality is that the S25 Plus may be its stiffest competition. The two are almost identical. There are two changes of note. The first being the chipset. You get an Exynos 26000 unless you are in North America, China, or Japan. Then you will get a Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 like the Ultra, which is the case for my Samsung website. So if we head over to oh wait, my keyboard's not working. Oh yeah, my keyboard's not working. Okay, here. Right, so let's head over to the Samsung website, and if we go to the S26 Ultra, or where's the right here. There is. Let's go to the regular S26 and S26 Plus. So in my case, we are getting Exynos processor, which is correct. So we do not get a Snapdragon processor here in the Philippines, unless you are going to be getting the S26 Ultra, which is the only option for the Snapdragon processor from Samsung. So if we once again scroll right here, where is the processor mentioned? I don't know if I can find it here. Okay, here it is. From Epic Quest to real-time player, the customized processor. So something is saying that Samsung is using Exynos processor. Keep that in mind, guys. They're using Exynos processor, which is why they're saying customized processor, and they didn't want to mention Exynos for a reason, I guess. But if you see a customized processor, then you know that Samsung is using Exynos processor. There's that. The other change is that wireless charging now goes up to 20 watts, up from 50 watts. Wow. While charging, it's surprisingly still at 45 watts. So no change for that. Only the wireless charging gets a slight upgrade. And for the price, the S26 Plus starts at $1,100, 1,250 euros, 1,100 pounds, and 120,000 Indian rupees. But is it worth your money? So here are your poll options for the S26 Plus. Will you buy a Samsung Galaxy S26 Plus? Yes, I want one. Maybe it depends on reviews. No, not at this price. I'll get one of the other S26 models instead. I prefer an older S Plus model. There are better flagships on the market. I don't want a flagship, and none of the above. Those are your options for the S26 Plus. And finally, for the regular S26, it does have 3 changes that align it better with the iPhone 17 Pro, Pixel 10 Pro, and Vivo X300. It has a larger 6.3-inch display, up from 6.2 inch. The battery capacity went up to 4,300 milliamp. That is plus 300 milliamp, same 25 watt watt 15. Is it what? Wait, is it 25 watt charging? Sorry, is it 25 watt wired charging and 15 watt wireless charging? If I'm not mistaken, but either way, no change for that if it's correct. But man, Ultra gets a nice upgrade while Plus and Ultra are left behind. But yeah, other than that, the base storage is now at 256 gigabytes of storage. So this is good news. You are no longer limited. You are no longer getting 128 as your base storage. 256 is now the new standard. Well, there's a cost. The storage update, or not update, the storage upgrade doesn't come free. The vanilla S26 now starts at $900. Whoa, okay. $900. Am I seeing a price decrease for this? I am dreaming, am I? I am dreaming, am I? Anyway, $900, 1,000 euros, 880 pounds, and 88,000 Indian rupees. The chipset situation is the same as on the Plus model. So again, the vanilla S26 is using Exynos processor, unless if you are located in North America, China, or Japan, you will get a Snapdragon processor like the Ultra. But again, with the S26, with the base S26, with the base S26, this is not the case. Now, here are your options if you will be planning to buy. Will you buy a Samsung Galaxy S26? Yes, I want one. Maybe it depends on reviews. No, not at this price. I'll get one of the other S26 models instead. I prefer an older S model. There are better flagships on the market. I don't want a flagship and none of the above. So there you go, or there you go. That's the weekly smartphone poll for this week. And if you wanna vote and decide if you are going to be going out or snacking it online and buy any of the S26 series phones, head over to GSM website and vote now. I will be leaving a link in the video description once the replay goes live of this episode of ASPHERE'S Cafe. I'll be leaving that there in the show notes as well, so don't worry. And to the Discord audience, I will also be posting on the Cool FM chat, so you can decide if you wanna pick up your your very own S26 Ultra, S26 Plus, or the regular S26 if you are interested in getting a new phone from Samsung. So there are your options. And finally, I will be posting the link. Oh wait, I don't know if I'm out there, but finally, you know what? Yeah, and finally, let's read one of the comments from Tonko Su. So for the earlier Smartphone Weekly poll results for Google Pixel, the poll results look concerning. I know, right? So same Snapdragon version and stuff. No, Tonko, this is not the case for this year, because S26 Ultra is getting an exclusive Snapdragon processor across the world, while the base S26 and S26 Plus will get a customized, so-called customized processor, or Exynos 26000, while other countries, being North America, China, or Japan, will get the same processor as the Ultra. What exactly is different with the S26 and the one with Plus? Not much, to be honest. Not much. Really, not much. So like a processor made by Samsung themselves. Yes, exactly, Tonko. Exactly, Tonko. They make. It's Samsung who produces Exynos processors. Yeah, it's Samsung. Just like the MacBook M16 chip. Well, it's made by Apple, but you get the scenario. But there you go. But yeah, that's your weekly smartphone poll for this week. Again, if you wanna vote, and if you're interested in stacking up a new phone from Samsung, head over to a Smartphone Weekly poll or head over to this week's Smartphone Weekly poll on the website, I will be dropping down in the show notes later. All right, now speaking of the S26, speaking of the Galaxy S26, What do we know? Samsung confirms satellite communication support. So, Samsung already has smartphones with satellite communication support, but there was no explicit mention of the same for the recently unveiled Galaxy S26 series. Well, Samsung has finally confirmed that the Galaxy S26 series, which includes the Galaxy S26, Galaxy S26 Plus, and Galaxy S26 Ultra, supports satellite communication. Samsung stated that expanding satellite communication support with the Galaxy S26 series reflects its continued commitment to enhancing user safety and providing seamless mobile experiences. Oh, hey! Hello, LTG. Welcome to ASPHERE'S Cafe. Welcome to ASPHERE'S Cafe, LTG. Alright, but for now, I'll continue. For now, I'll continue on the article here. But yeah, for those unaware, satellite communication support provides users with access to satellite-based messaging and data services, as well as emergency assistance when traditional networks are unavailable. So here is his statement coming from Won John Choi, who is the President, Chief Operating Officer, and Head of the R&D Office, Mobile Experience or MX Business at Samsung Electronics. He said, quote, Samsung has a rich legacy in wireless communication technologies, and we strive to be at the forefront of innovation in this space through open collaboration with global partners. As satellite connectivity becomes an important part of the mobile landscape, we are committed to ensuring Galaxy users have reliable access to communication, especially when they need it most. So that's what he said. Samsung has partnered with telecom operators in North America, Europe, and Japan to provide satellite communication support for select Galaxy smartphones, including the S26 series. In the US, Samsung has partnered with Verizon for ESOS and text services on all Galaxy flagships following the S25 series. It's also working with AT&T to support satellite communication on Galaxy smartphones. Select Galaxy flagships and Galaxy 8 series models launched after the Galaxy S21 lineup support T911, text, and data services on T-Mobile's network. In Europe, Samsung has partnered with Virgin Media O2 to support satellite communication on select Galaxy smartphones. It's also working with Vodafone to support this feature, while joint trials with Mas Orange in Spain will begin in March. And in Japan, Samsung partnered with KDDI last year to provide satellite communication-based text and data services, as well as the earthquake and tsunami warning system for the Galaxy A series and Galaxy S22 and later flagships. Samsung is also working with SoftBank, Docomo, and Rakuten Mobile to provide satellite communication features on Galaxy 8 series smartphones and Galaxy flagships. So, if you are looking for that very important feature, well, there you go. Galaxy S26 has that. So, if that matters to you, I'm willing to say you get the feature. All right. Now, before I continue, we have Lauro Tyro Gaming in our show tonight. Welcome to ASPHERE'S Cafe, man. Welcome. Unless he's not gonna unmute this mic, I think. Lauro.
I have a mic. Hello.
Nice.
Hello,
Cairo.
hello,
How you
man.
doing?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. And what brought you here today, if I may ask?
The Samsung Galaxy S26, because not gonna lie, the privacy screen feature of Samsung Galaxy S26 is like the creme of the creme de la creme. That's it. It is the creme of the la creme of the privacy. The privacy screen protectors will be probably obsolete if the S26 will launch.
Ooh, interesting.
Right. All right. How about you, Chumaine? What are your thoughts on this? Okay, Chumaine, what are your thoughts on this one?
Well, if satellite communication is going to be the future of this of the venture of Samsung, I just hope that it actually helps out the main unit itself and not like the batteries that they actually exploded with. I mean, remember those? Man, that was like one of their bad decisions yet in the whole industry. But now that they're actually trying uh, to incorporate satellite communication support, I wish y'all good luck for that, because for sure that's not gonna affect all phones. That's just gonna affect the new line only. So from S26 onwards, good luck. It's gonna be a
All
bit
right.
more of a win some lose some situation. So say la vie.
Mm-hmm. Well said, Jermaine. All right, we are running out of time, so now let's do a quick smartphone headlines now. And this is for you, Mami. Are you or yo? In Phoenix first global brand ambassador, it's Yuna. So, yep, Yuna from Itzy is the newest global brand ambassador of Infinix with its Infinix Note 60 Pro. If you look at the promotional images featuring Yuna from Itzy, yeah, looking really good. And this is what she said. I'm so excited to reach out to my fans in a new way as Infinix Global Brand Ambassador. I have always believed that life should be filled with joy and the courage to show the world who you truly are. It's been amazing to see how Infinix shares that same energy. I'm looking forward to this journey and can't wait to show everyone these special stories we create together. Damn! A K-pop member for the first time, I should say, a K-pop member from who is a part of ITZY is being sponsored by Infinix. Nice. And well, we have some bad news for OnePlus 15T leaks, and it looks like it will be very disappointing with no upgrades. So, like the OnePlus 13T, the OnePlus 15T will allegedly have a 50 megapixel main camera using Sony's 1.56 inch type, like the 700 sensor with OIS, and the 50 megapixel telephoto camera using Samsung's 2.76 inch type ISOCELL Gen5 sensor. The only change is, if this is accurate, will be in the telephoto shooter aperture, which goes from f2.0 in the 30T to f2.8 in the 15T. The f1.8 aperture of the main camera remains unchanged. Womp womp. It's not a major upgrade, but disappointing, isn't it? And the new HDMI Luma will be the newest lower or budget tier smartphone from HMD. So the specs might not surprise you. So it will be powered by Unisoc T615, a 12 nanometer chip with Cortex A75 and 855 cores. And the specs is paired with 4 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigabytes or 256 gigabytes of storage, and with micro SD card slot. And unfortunately, if you're expecting a new Android version, well, it comes with Android 15, not 16. And inside the memory card slot, it has some old school features like 3.5mm headphone jack and an FM radio receiver. The Luma has a USB-C 2.0 port capable of delivering 18 watts to the 5000 mAh battery. Unlike the Vibe, this is a 4G smartphone, so this is not 5G capable phone. And finally, YouTube Premium Lite will soon become a useful subscription, as YouTube is now adding background play and downloads feature to Premium Lite, which was previously limited to only Premium because of the licensing agreements, most likely with music. But there's a catch. If you are going to use downloads and background play, it will only work with non-music videos. But other than that, this is a notable change, and hopefully this is going to be a good start for those who are on tight budget, and they can now finally pay for YouTube Premium without sacrificing a cost. Alright, it's now a minute before 8:30 p.m. and well, that was quick. Oh wait, we got one more to share, and thank you Lauratar Gaming for sharing this one. I wanna like show you one last thing before we go. Yeah, keep Android open. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Keep Android open. So what does it mean? Well, Google is going to essentially become a lockdown platform, and if you don't act now, well, you will have to pay a fee to Google to grant your apps to be on their platform. Yeah. So, so what does this mean? Well, you, the consumer, purchased your Android device believing in Google's promise that it was an open computing platform and that you could run whatever software you choose on it. Instead, as of September 2026, which is, oh boy, 6 months from now, they will be non-consensually pushing an update to your operating system that irrevocably blocks this right and leaves you at the mercy of the judgment over what software you are permitted to trust. You, the creator, can no longer develop an app and share directly with friends, family, and community about first seeking Google's approval. The promise of Android and a marketing advantage it has used to distinguish itself against the iPhone has always been that it is open. But Google clearly feels that they have enough of a lock on the entire ecosystem, all of its official regulatory capture, that they can now jettison this principle with prejudice and impunity. And you, the state, are ceding the rights of your citizens and your own digital sovereignty to a company with a track record of complying with the extrajudicial demands of authoritarian regimes to remove perfectly legal apps that they happen to dislike. The software that is critical to the running of your businesses and governments will be at the mercy of the opaque whims of a distant and unaccountable corporation. So yeah, this is a warning. If you're a tech enthusiast or a hobbyist, and if you want to like install third-party apps that are not on Google Play or whatever you want to mess around with, well, this is your chance to sign the petition now, because if we want to keep the platform open, we need to act now. So yeah, and there are a bunch of regulators you can contact. Thankfully, my country is listed, so you have Philippines, you have other Southeast Asian countries, you have Indonesia, and pretty much. But Philippines is listed, so we fucking go. You got the option to contact the Philippine Competition Commission. So yeah, we need to act faster if we want to keep the source open and retain your ability to sideload apps. Yes.
I actually contacted the Philippine Competition Commission for this matter, and I got an interview with
Oh
them.
wow!
So
When is your interview? When is your interview though?
like last, I can't remember. Probably last January or December of 2025. I don't remember. But anyways, they actually have me a what do you call this? Like, oh, what do I need to like a guideline on what would I say, or what would I gonna say with with the officers for Philippine Competition Commission. So I hope that this will pursue much more. If we have a lot of people a lot of people will petition for this matter. I hope so. So please,
Yep.
again, contact your local regulators and make some change. That's it.
Correct. Exactly well said, Lautaro Gaming. And yeah, if you're located in one of the countries, like myself and Lautaro Gaming, like being the Philippines, you can contact the Philippine Competition Commission. But for outside Philippines, if you're located in one of the countries, you can contact the following. If you're in the United States, or if you're in the European Union, you can email the Digital Markets Act team. Or if you're in Poland, you can even email the I don't know what your kick means, but I think that might have something to do with the consumer protection team in Poland. But yeah, again, this is your chance to act now if you want to keep side-loading apps on your Android device. If you don't want Google to lock down, we need to act now. So that if you wanna sign the petition and know how to contact your local representatives, head over to keepandroidopen.org. That is KEEPANDROID All right, it is now 8:35 p.m. Philippine Standard Time, and now we will be concluding our episode. But any last words, Trumaine, Mido, and Laura Dara Gaming? Trumaine first. Trumaine.
Well, all I
Keep
can
Android
say.
open.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else? Y'all can go on ahead before me.
All right, Mido, any last words?
Going once. Going twice. Okay, let's do this.
Okay.
So, thank you so much again to Asparagus for giving me the chance to once more become a co-host, even just for tonight only. And mind you guys, I'm not yet back as a regular co-host here in ASPHERE'S Cafe, so my involvement here is just a one-time special only. So keep a lookout if there are any more days of which this is going to happen. But for now, this is the only time that I'll be around. And as for my last words for this very specific episode, 1 plus 0, nothing is 1.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Looking at you, OnePlus. All right, Mido, if you're interested, you can give out your last words. Mido, go ahead.
I'm sorry, y'all. I just finished eating and washing the dishes, but um, I'm excited for the future of the phone industry. We'll see what happens, and yeah, thank you so much for watching Asphere's Cafe.
You're welcome. All right, thank you very much, Mido. And finally, Laro Tayo Gaming. Any last words?
Not gonna lie, I hope that number one, I hope that framework will be here in the Philippines. Please, framework, pumunta ka na sa amin. And number two, please sign a petition for Android for the Android developer lockdown. It is definitely bad. That's it.
Yep. Okay, with that being said, that brings us to the end of Asper's Cafe for today, or whatever you are in. Thank you very much for listening or watching, and we will be back again tomorrow, same time, same place, right here on Cool FM, as radio, and on Cool TV. Coming up next on Cool FM and Cool TV for tonight is Music Express, and later at 10 p.m. will be Talk with Seth. This has been Asper's Cafe. I'm Cairo.
I'm Tremaine, and these two are Laruta Gaming and Mido. And this is Asphere's Cafe signing off for the night. Good night, everybody.
And with that, the cafe is now closed. See you tomorrow, guys. Goodbye.
Check your takeouts now and your espressos.